Recording in progress.
Welcome to the 10-day author platform building challenge. I'm so excited to have you guys following along. So one of the reasons we did this as a company is because we have so many people come to us and they haven't built their author platform. And your author platform is really where your audience gathering begins. Most authors write their books for impact. And if you're only selling less than 100 books, which is actually what most indie authors sell, then you're not really grabbing the impact that you want to make with your expert book. So building your author platform is extremely important. I can't even emphasize it, especially since your book is typically not a huge moneymaker. It's a nurture tool. So you need to have a really solid plan in place to bring that audience in and nurture them with your author platform building, nurture them further with your book, and then lead them into the monetization piece of what you actually do. I'm going to say it again. Most authors don't get ROI from their publishing packages. They get it from that monetization piece that happens afterwards. And it's because of the author platform and the book release and all the nurturing that takes place. And if you don't believe me, let me put it in terms like this for you. There are probably 100 at least publishers out there that do what I do, but people hire me because they resonate with that content they've seen. They resonate with the books I've written. They resonate with my personality. They're go-getters. And you are probably in the same situation where you're an expert in a field where there are other experts. So that's where authenticity comes in and the real you. And that your author platform is where the real you shines. So before we get started, I want to give you a little bit of research to do between now and tomorrow when we start brand. This research is really the market research that should be done before you even start your business, but most people don't, which is why they don't monetize quickly. So the first thing I want you to do is pull out a piece of paper and look at your audience overview. This is going to help a lot with what we're going to do in the next couple days. In your audience overview, who is your target market? Are they male? Are they female? Why does that matter? It matters because when you write copy, you're going to speak to a female audience a little bit differently than you speak to a male audience. And if it's both, then you're going to have to find that blend that appeals to both. The second thing is age group. Who's your age group? For us at Superbrand, our demographic is between about 50 and 80. There are a lot of people that are retiring that are really coming into their own, becoming entrepreneurs as sometimes hobbies, sometimes as full-time retirement business. They're writing books. So when we go out and we put our content out there, we keep that in mind. We know exactly who we're talking to and how that will resonate. The third thing is education level. Do you speak to the general public that may or may not have a college education? Are you speaking to PhD candidates? Are you a doctor that's speaking to other people in the medical profession? All of that is very important because when you speak to different people, you're probably going, or different educational levels, you're probably going to speak to each one a little differently. Here's an example. If you're a medical professional and you train other medical professionals, you're going to be free to use the jargon of that expertise. If you're someone like our client, Nan Nelson, who's a psychiatrist, who works with women who've experienced loss through miscarriage and losing children, then you're going to speak at the level that the client understands. So it's very important to know exactly who you're speaking with. Where are these people located? Are they located in the big city? Are they located all over America? That's really important as well because different parts of the country speak in different ways. Some parts of the country are more educated, some are a little less educated. So figure out where those people are as well. It doesn't help if you're targeting Facebook ads in Iowa and the main core of your clientele should be in New York City. So the next thing is what are the interests of these people? And can you play off of those interests? Okay, the next thing I want you to do after you write all of that down, and please feel free to rewind and take a minute to do that, is brand and influencers. Who are the people that your people follow? What are the brands they follow? Who are the influencers they follow? Check them out, follow them too. Look at those relevant conversations that are being had and figure out how you can spin off of them. Just because someone out there is a huge influencer in your field doesn't mean that people are automatically going to follow them and buy from them. Why is that? Because a lot of those big influencers don't have the time to be really great servers. They serve with their content, but for most of you guys, you're also entrepreneurs and you are able to serve people in a more collective way because you're a smaller company. So go out and find those people, follow them, see who's following them. That doesn't mean you try to steal their clientele. It just means you know what's going on that's relevant and how they're positioning it. The next thing to write down on your piece of paper is press and websites. We live in a really divided United States right now. And I think there are several other European countries that are quite the same. And the tendency is to watch the press, watch the news of your tribe, whatever that may be. Open up your mind a little and see what the other side's talking about. It's very, very important because when you position something, you want to be able to attract both sides. You don't want to offend anybody. So make sure that you know what the buzz is on both sides of whatever that division is. The next thing is websites. Whose websites are people going to? Here's what you're looking for. It might be those influencers we just talked about. You're looking for their monetization. Do they have subscriptions? Do they give courses? Do they sell books? What do they do that is profitable for them? That doesn't mean you copy them, but it'll give you an idea of where they're finding success. And you probably want to go along those same lines with your own content. Definitely with your own content and your own spin on it. That's what authenticity is all about, is not us copying the influencers, it's us being us and actually putting our personality out there and letting people know how we work. Are we action-taking people? Are we nurturers? Are we people who analyze? Looking at all of that, because those are the people that are going to be attracted to you. Lastly, I want you to think a lot about consumer semantics and write down, do some research today. What are the hashtags those influencers are looking at? What are the keywords they're using? All of that is very, very important, not just for your author platform, but when you publish as well, because those are the ways that people find you. Those hashtags, if someone's looking for publishing, they're going to go to hashtag publishing and look at what's going on. So those hashtags are very, very important. I hope you really enjoy this journey for the next 10 days. My hope is that you learn a lot and you become a little less overwhelmed with the author platform building procedures, because there's a lot of tech involved. There's a lot of marketing involved. There's a lot of content involved. And when we take it as a whole, it looks almost impossible. But you'll find as we break down these pieces and help you plan for 2023, that not only will your book launch be more successful, but you're going to find that you're going to attract more of an audience and more monetization with clients as well. So enjoy.